But despite this epic victory, after defeating the final boss comes the only part of the game I really disliked: the ending. Sure, Chris vs. Wesker was a really cool thing to see, and it set up future events for them when they confront each other in Resident Evil 5. What Wesker says about taking Steve for the T. Veronica virus that's inside of him and alluding to the potential of him coming back to life, it honestly made me excited for that. But then I thought, how does this come into play when every new game before Resident Evil 7 had this extreme shift into a military action kind of genre instead of a survival horror with mysteries to uncover? I think the closest we got to anything T. Veronica related was Operation Javier, and I think Resident Evil 6, but I'm still going back and playing them all in numbered order now, so I haven't really gotten to that game yet, but still, no Steve. And I think the biggest letdown was Chris saying the same thing Leon did at the end of Resident Evil 2, vowing to take down Umbrella. The original trilogy and Code Veronica were setting up for this franchise's level of end-game event, yet when we reach Resident Evil 4, the game's opening cutscene has Leon talking about how Umbrella went to trial and shut down due to bankruptcy. Really? As much as I love Resident Evil 4, it felt like a reset than a new arc, and I don't remember if it was someone in my chat who told me this, or if it was something I read online, but between Code Veronica and Resident Evil 4, Capcom released a Resident Evil 1 remake and a game called Resident Evil 0, and it is believed Capcom abandoned the original story plans for the franchise out of fear since these games were deemed commercial failures. This led to Resident Evil 4's change in gameplay and story for what we got instead, and honestly, as a newer fan, it does make me feel sad and betrayed, and I dropped a water bottle. It did make me feel sad and betrayed as a newer fan, because I was anticipating a proper final showdown with Umbrella. I wanted to witness it and be a more prominent factor in that takedown.